All right, the purpose of this lab is to implement a RAID solution, a RAID 5 array. All right, so in this task, we're going to add the minimum number of disks to the computer to create a RAID 5 array that meets the scenario requirements. The minimum number of disks required for a RAID 5 array is 3 disks. So let's go to the drive bays view and let's expand the hard drives on the shelf, and let's put in 1 hard drive, 2, and 3, which is because 3 hard drives is the minimum for a RAID 5 array. Let's connect the disks to the motherboard. So expand the cables. Let's get a closer view. Where we're connecting. Right, and we'll get the cable. And we'll connect 1. Select another cable, connect 2. Select another cable and connect 3. And it says connect the power cables to the disks. Obviously I haven't connected all these yet, but since we're in the drive bay area, I'm going to click on the power supply, and I'm going to mouse scroll over to these and start connecting here. So 1 and 2, and it says this one is already connected to the CD DVD drive, so I'll grab this one and connect 3. So there is power there. We're done with the drive bay area. Now we need to connect these to the motherboard. So we'll click on the motherboard view. We'll mouse to the lower right corner where the SATA connections are, and we'll start connecting. There's the first disk, and let's grab the second one. And grab the unconnected side and connect there. And we'll grab our third cable and mouse over to the SATA connectors and grab the unconnected side and connect there. So the hard drives are now connected to the motherboard, and they are connected to the power supply. So let's go to the front view and we'll boot into the BIOS. So we'll click on the power button, and I'll hit delete on my machine to get into the BIOS. It may be F2 on your machine to get into the BIOS. Alright, so we want to configure a RAID array. So we'll go to System Configuration and expand it. And we'll go to SATA Operation and click SATA Operation. So AHCI is the default. That AHCI will treat each disk independently, and that's not what we want. We want a RAID array. So we'll click RAID on, and then that changed the supply from grayed out to bold to black text. So we'll click apply, and then we'll click exit. And once we exit, we'll have a menu will come up which says, hit Control I now to create the RAID array. So when we see that, when we're prompted to click Control I, then we'll click Control I, and it's only on the screen for a brief time, so we'll try to click that Control I when we're prompted to. So we'll click exit. We're ready to click Control I when we're prompted. There's our prompt. We'll click Control I. Okay, create RAID volume is what we want to do, so we'll click Enter to start that process. I'm going to name this one RAID 5. And then I'm going to hit Tab to go down to RAID level. Tab, and now I'm going to click the down arrow, because right now the choice is RAID 0. I'm going to down arrow to get to until I get to RAID 5. And that's the choice that I want. And I will click Tab. I only had 3 disks, the minimum number, so I didn't need to select what disks. This says configure the array to use a strip size of 128 KB. So we'll accept that and use that. So we'll just tab down to the next choice. It says we want to use all of the disk space on the installed disks. And this says the default value indicates the maximum capacity using the selected disks. So that's what we want. So we'll tab, sync is not applicable. So we will press enter to create the specified volume. So we'll hit enter. And we'll receive the warning, all data on the selected disks will be lost. Are you sure you want to create this volume? We'll say yes. And we can see that we created the volume that we named RAID 5. It's a RAID 5 level RAID array. Strip is 128 and it has 802 gig. All right, so we can click, we can hit 6 for exit. Are we sure we want to exit? We can answer yes. All right, and we don't have a boot drive, so that's the end. There's nothing to boot, so let's click Score Lab to see how things went. All right, very good. Thank you for watching.